This week starts another round of Land Use Commission hearings on the possible rezoning of O'oma in Kona. Petitioner O'oma Beachside Village LLC hopes to build a mixed-use residential community on the parcel, but first needs to rezone the land from conservation to urban. This week, project representative Peter Young showed Big Island Video News around the area.
What we like to do is get people on the site so they can actually see what 1,100 feet looks like. They can actually see when they come down the Kohanaiki Public Access Road, they never touch O'oma property, and when they want to go surfing, they turn left and never touch the O'oma property, and they go a half a mile from our boundary to Vavahiva'a, which is the Pine Tree surfing area. This is not what has been proposed in the past. What was proposed in the past was resort, hotel, golf course types of uses. This is really a project focused on primary residents. We know there's demand for this housing. This project is targeted to the primary resident. It is not resort oriented, and it's being priced at market prices, not the $1 million vacant lot, build your multi-million-dollar home.
Young is particularly proud of the development's planned 1,100-foot setback from O'oma Beach.
We're at 1,000 feet, 1,100 feet from the shoreline, right at this place. Right behind me, there's a stake with 3 orange flags on it. That's another little row of houses that come down to that point. Everything to the left will remain open, and one little finger of residential lots will come down from that. And farther up on the hill, you can see some vegetation just beyond the posts with the orange flags. And that's where the Makai Village is. So everything to the left of that line is going to be remaining open space.
The plans for O'oma Beachside Village have been endorsed by a number of organizations, including the Hawaii County Planning Department. The plan also won recognition from the Hawaii chapter of the American Planning Association. However, a large segment of the community is opposed to the rezoning for a number of different reasons. One is the development's proximity to the Kona International Airport. During the first round of public testimony before the Land Use Commission, residents said the noise from passing aircraft would be too loud.
As flight traffic increases the noise in this area will become less desirable for people to live in these homes, causing demand to diminish for properties, and property values will fall.
While filming at O'oma, our interview with Peter Young was interrupted a few times by passing aircraft. However, Young said he doesn't foresee the noise as a problem.
With the expansion of the airport, there'll be a new runway, Makai of the existing runway, and it's offset to the north. So most of the traffic, aircraft traffic, is actually going to be farther away from O'oma. Heliport operations are on this side of the airport now, and they'll be relocated to the north side. So this project does not impact the airport, and actually the airport doesn't impact the project as it expands.
Other vocal opponents, like Rebecca Villegas, the president of Kohanaiki Ohana, says it's not the plan that bothers them.
They are under no legal or binding obligation to build the development that they currently have these plans for, kind of a award-winning plans, exactly, which is great. If you're going to develop, by all means, please develop with that kind of a model in mind. The concern is, and the belief is, though, that they won't end up developing that, and they're under no legal obligation to do so. But if they can get the zoning changed, they can do whatever they want.
The easiest way to address that is when I had my first meeting before I got involved with the project, I was introduced to Dennis Moresco, the developer, and I was introduced to his son. And Dennis told me, I'm going to start this project, my son's going to finish it. His son, Jim Moresco, has been coming to the Land Use Commission meetings, and that message is the same. I've been involved with this project for 3 years. The message has been consistent. Jim Moresco is coming with his father, Dennis. He plans to start it. The son plans to finish it.
I really feel it's pivotal, and as do numerous people in this community. We don't have a lot of conservation land. There is very, very little.
That designation was put on this property back in 1962, over 45 years ago. Since that time, the general plans have been written, the Kona Community Development Plan was written that said this area from the airport to Kailua should be where the urban development is. And if you look at historically what has happened over time since the original designation in 1962, this area is getting urbanized, which is implementing the plans that the community had asked for.
The commission hearing is slated for July 15th at 9:30 a.m. at the King Kamehameha Beach Hotel in Kailua, Kona.
That our community is in support of rezoning. I am here as a representative.